welcome back to our Red Devil Classics Thanksgiving Day Marathon, where we look back at some of the finest matches between the Burlington Red Devils and the Lexington Minutemen. Our next matchup takes us to Thanksgiving 2015. For more, here again is B News Sports reporter Phil Icaro.
Thanks, Robert. After a few lackluster seasons after 2012, Burlington would close out the 2015 season with a home game against the Lexington Minutemen. Burlington was coming off an excellent regular season before falling to a great Concord Carlisle team in the first round of the playoffs. After a win over Wayland in the consolation round, it was time to face off against Lexington yet again. It was a senior spectacle. Seniors George Balian, Sinead Gurrier, and Shane O'Halloran all scored to end the regular season on a high note. 8-3 and undefeated at home. This would be Dan Brothers and Paul Strati's final Thanksgiving game together. Let's go back to Thanksgiving 2015 as the Burlington Red Devils take on the Lexington Minutemen.
And we'll start with the marching band seniors, starting with Courtney Brown, escorted by Ruth and Carl Brown. Nick Cameron, escorted by Lauren, John, and Elisa. Shannon Carey, escorted by Gretchen and Christopher Carey. Kieran Churchill, escorted by Virginia Shahid. Alexis Collins, escorted by Cindy and Bill Collins. Jill Cooper, escorted by Janie Cullinan and Annie Mclaughlin. Shinji Karam, escorted by Akiko and Kevin Karam. Clayton Davison, escorted by Joyce, Doug, Cody, and Cora Davison. Christina Duran, escorted by Kristen and Michael Duran. Shivam Gandhi, escorted by Jignesh Gandhi. Jessica Gavin, escorted by Stephanie, Jim, and Rachel Gavin. Stephen Gelberg, escorted by Ann Steves and Larry Gelberg. Sarah and Luke Eiler, escorted by Virginia and John Eiler. Lorraine Kanyike, escorted by Kathy James. John Luminello, escorted by Susan and Peter Luminello. Sean McLaughlin, escorted by Amy McLaughlin and David McLaughlin. Natalia Asongo, escorted by Hannah, Stephen, and Andrew. Michael Pascali, escorted by Rosemary and Philip. Ashley Pellegrino, escorted by Diane and John. Allison Rittwager, escorted by Catherine Swan. Emma Salzman, escorted by Wayne and Lisa. Lauren Schisler, escorted by Mary Ellen and Stephen Schisler. Michael Seeley, escorted by Laura and Al Seeley. Jackson Toll, escorted by Janine and Mark Toll. And Christopher Wadilla, escorted by Susan and David Wadilla. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the senior marching band members. At this time, we'd like to recognize the senior cheerleaders. Starting with Elise Camino, escorted by Michelle and Dave and brother Trevor. Samantha Marchese, escorted by Stephanie and Mike and sister Kate. Stephanie O'Neill, escorted by Nancy and Mike. Samantha Poulin, escorted by Lisa and Alan. Emily Sheridan, escorted by Kathy, Jim, and siblings Greg and Elizabeth. Captain Nikki Delmonico, escorted by Wendy and Michael. Captain Jenna Rufo, escorted by Marie and sister Julie. And Captain Nicole Scola, escorted by Christine and Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the senior cheerleaders. And here come the Devils. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd like to recognize the senior football players. Starting with number 5, Timothy Kelly, escorted by Christine and Sung, brother Nick and sister Jade. Number 11, Joshua Goldstein, escorted by Maura and Michael. Number 28, James Hoffman, escorted by Eric and Amelia, and brother Joseph, Jared, and John. Number 29, James Mackey, escorted by James and Gladys, with sister Teresa and Aaron and grandmother Margaret. Number 40, Lucas Townsend, escorted by Patty and Pete with brother Justin. Number 45, Matthew DeRico, escorted by Ann and Charlie. Number 51, Cam DiChiara, escorted by Marjorie and Bob, sister Caitlin, and Uncle Chris. Number 53, Brad Wuthall, escorted by Melissa and Jack with sister Shay. Number 55, Brian Cox, escorted by Amanda and Kevin, with brother Kevin, brother Tim, sister Mary, and brother Sean. Number 59, Christopher Corbett, escorted by Kelly and Chris with sister Lindsay. Number 77, Joseph Kim, escorted by Peter. Number 79, Marco Teo, escorted by Rebecca and Daniel. And the captains, number 7, Captain George Balian, escorted by Teresa and George with brother Chris. Number 10, Captain Shane O'Halloran, escorted by Denise and Pat. Number 21, Captain Jonathan Orchanian, escorted by Zorab and Andrea with sister Rita. Number 26, Captain Shanae Guerrier, escorted by Meritel. And number 74, Matthew Jankowski, and number 72, Captain Adam Jankowski, escorted by Jennifer and grandfather Bruce Judson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the senior football players, cheerleaders, and marching band members.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could direct your attention to the platform on the left side of the press box, your right. Since 1987, Greg Ganley has dedicated his time and flowing pipes to Burlington football. Greg, a 1987 graduate of Burlington High, has called out names of football players, cheerleaders, and band members alike. The Burlington cheerleaders are presenting Greg with a jacket, shirt, and gift card for his years of service. Could we have one final round of applause for the voice of Burlington football, Greg Ganley.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's been 29 years and such an honor to work here and to have such a great time following football over the years. Fantastic. At this time, we're going to pause and wait for Lexington to come on out, and then we'll have the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, here come the Lexington Minutemen. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise to the playing of the national anthem performed by the BHS Marching Band.
The roar of the crowd, the Burlington High School Marching Band with the national anthem. And it's Thanksgiving Day football on BCAT. 2015, the Burlington Red Devils and the Lexington Minutemen renewing their rivalry, which started way back in 1973. And the Devils and Lexington about to go at it. Dan Brothers, Paul Strati, glad to have you here. A warm welcome to our friends from Lexington who will be hearing us in their televisions. We apologize if we butcher some of the names, but that's what we do best. Paul, happy Thanksgiving and welcome up above.
Butcher names?
Butcher names?
Us?
Well, Brothers and Strati are pretty easy, so we've been very fortunate. But nonetheless, two teams coming in with opposite directions if you go back 365 days. Lexington just stomped Burlington 36-8, I think it was last year. This year, have struggled. They lost their quarterback who left for a hire, went to BB&N, I believe is where Costello went. And they've struggled a little bit this year. So Burlington, on the other hand, started a little bit slow, had a real good run, playoff loss to Concord Carlisle. Teams coming in different directions. However, Thanksgiving Day, you throw the records out and put the ball on the field and let's play.
That's right. And Burlington's been playing very good of late. They had the playoff game against Wayland, and they came out and they really played a real strong game in that game. I expect the same thing here today. Plus, you get a little revenge. I think Lexington kind of rubbed it in last year.
Hey, that's what. It's our job to stop them. We couldn't stop them well enough, I guess. You know, I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes in football. Of course, a big day for the seniors as referees are meeting with the captains there behind us. You know, it's your last hurrah. It's the last time to hang with the buddies. They've had meetings. They've had little banquets. They've had night befores. They had the gathering this morning. The parents get brought out in the field. All the hoopla is done now. This is their last hurrah.
This is it. You know, this is what you play for, that game in November against Lexington. So everything's on the table, Danny. Everybody will play or have an opportunity. So, and a perfect day today, too, compared to last year.
It's absolutely. What was wrong with last year?
Last year we would have played. They had gotten snow the night before.
Paul, have we become such turf bunnies that, you know, the games become soft, and if we have a little snow on a grass field, we have a problem?
But when you have 3 feet of mud,
Well, listen, that's a Lexington employee now. That goes back in this rivalry many, many years, you know. I mean, it's certainly been well documented that Lexington on certain weather days and Burlington have had a pretty team that was based on speed and what have you not. Just happened to not be able to get all those guys to work overtime overnight to clear the field. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they had a guy with a truck went down one way, came back, turned around, and came back the other way, and that was it for the game.
Well, it's because Lexington runs between the tackles. Nonetheless, as we said earlier, welcome to our friends in Lexington. We had Dennehy Adley up here. He's the third of the Adleys. He's out hurt today, but Brother Rhett and Brother Miles will be here in the crowd today. So, you know, in that regard there, it's been certainly great to renew some of our friendships that we have with the people wearing white and blue today. Lexington's in their visiting white uniforms, the blue numbers, the white helmets, on the white pants. Burlington dressed all in red. Red pants, red shirts, white numerals with the red helmets. The Burlington, I believe Burlington won the toss and elected to defer. Lexington will defend the goal to our left. We call that the north goal. Referee is Scott Kroll today and his crew. Not the same crew he usually has. Tim Hooton and Charlie Cambria and those guys are off in Melrose today. But nonetheless, we have a crew. We're ready to go. The arms are up. And we're moments away from Thanksgiving Day football 2015. Our 22nd Thanksgiving, our 13th home game here as a team with Paul and I.
Time flies, I'll tell you, Danny. You look up and, you know, when we got our 20-year award, it's hard to believe. It was like, you know, you had to pinch yourself to say 20 years.
Mackey's kick comes spinning down. It's going to be picked up by number 37. That's Jardel Bernard, and he's run out of bounds at about the 27, back to the 36-yard line, where he's driven out of bounds by George Bailey, and so it's 1st and 10 for Lexington. Lexington leads this series 22-19. There was one tie. It is the 43rd meeting between Burlington and Lexington.
The Lexington 36-yard line. First on and 10 for the Minutemen.
So we've done it all, Paul. Let's play a little football.
Let's have some fun today.
The quarterback will be number 9, Sal Freelick. He'll have number 28, Ben Quint, right next to him. They spread him out 4 receivers on first down. Calling signals now. We're going to audible now. We're going to audible. Freelick gets the instruction from the sideline. Here's the direct snap, inside handoff. Quint tries to run to the right. Spins off and gets himself about a 2-yard gain where he's tackled there by number 45 for the Red Devils. And that is Matthew DeRico. Burlington, of course, playing without Ed Stanton and Billy Pappas, both who have been injured in the last couple of weeks, which puts a little challenge on the defense. Direct snap, Freelick rolls to his left, going to keep the ball. Has some room over midfield, and he runs out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. We'll have a first down in Burlington territory.
Yeah, nice deke. Burlington, I thought, was going to be able to get him before he crossed the first down marker, but he made a nice deke and picked up the first down for Lexington.
First down and 10. They put the ball right at the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. Now the direct snap, it comes to Quaint. Quaint fakes the throw, keeps it himself. And he'll get down to about the 43-yard line when the tackle's made by George Bailey.
Yeah, missed tackle that time, put a deke on the defender. Was able to get around and picked up decent yardage.
So it's going to be second down. We're going to call it 3. Up here, up top. Lexington will get their offensive lineman in a second. Their receivers are Lane and Kendall. Abihara and Cumberpatch also split out. Here's the handoff. No, Quaint keeps it again. Quaint looking for some personal records in both carries and yards today as he's using the fakes all over the place.
Yeah, he's kind of a one-man team.
Kyle Forrester on the stop there. Forrester's had a good year for the Devils from his linebacker position.
Freelick getting up slow. Referee checking with him to see if he was all right.
Third down 3.
Third down and 3. There was no gain in the play. Again, Quaint is alone, set back to the right of Freelick. Here's Quaint.
A little shy.
Yeah, he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
So the first big decision here for Lexington coach and what they're going to do.
Under the tutelage of George Peterson.
Number 28, Ben Quince.
Of course, Joy, we'll share some fun stories with the little run-on names as we had before the first part of the game. Fourth down and 1. They're lined up, but they're going to go for it. Quaint out of the shotgun. Burlington trying to take over on the opening possession. Quick pitch to the left. It's going to be number 28, Quaint, and he gets the pitch from Freelick, and he has a first down at the 38-yard line.
Trying to see the defender's number that had a shot at him. Almost tripped him up, but he was able to keep his balance and picked up the first down.
George Bailey makes the stop for the Devils, but it's a first down for Lexington. Second of this drive, and they keep the series going. Freelick with a direct snap, play action fake. Pumps it over the right side, it's incomplete. The pass was intended for number 10, Oscar Yanovsky. Sorry, Lexington, that's the first one of the day. And it falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Oscar was wide open that time.
Oscar is also, I heard, a stud on defense. That's the report we get back from our advanced scouts. Oh, that's pretty good, advanced scouts.
Not bad.
For a high school broadcast, this is great. Here's the direct snap on the jet sweep. It comes to number 2, Mekhi Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch drives down and gets knocked out about the 33-yard line. Now he kept inbounds. We'll set up a third down and 5 for the Minutemen in Burlington territory. Going with a no huddle. They receive their calls from the sideline.
And that'll bring up third down and 5.
So 3rd and 5.
Out of the direct snap. Freelick with some room. Not going to make it there. He's going to gain about 2 yards. It'll set up about fourth down, and about 3 from the 31. They need to get to the 28. Kyle Forrester once again on the stop. He wears number 15 for the Devils. You'll hear a lot of his number called today.
Yeah, Freelick made a nice move, but again, not enough to get by the defense. Sets up a long 4th down.
4th down, we'll call it 3. Lexington staying in their base formation. Bunched out here to the right-hand side. Here's the pitch back. Oh, boy, that didn't look good from the start.
Nice.
It was an option right with 3 receivers bunched on the right side, and it just never had a chance.
Yeah, somebody was in the wrong place for the receivers there, and it brought the defenders in. There had to be 4 or 5 defenders there from Burlington.
Why don't we call it the right way? Maybe Burlington was in the right place.
Yeah.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Devils. Game time temperature was 42 degrees, I believe, Paul. Is that what I had? 42 degrees.
It's actually pleasant with the sun out.
It feels like 38. How can that be pleasant? I will say a friend of mine, our good friend Lou Delano, who was a pharmacist here in town for 28 years before he turned trader and left us, he sat there and said that the best time to play golf is when it's 45 degrees and a beautiful sunshine. So on first down, it's number 20, Sear. Zachary Sear, a sophomore who might be the heir apparent to Sinead Carrier.
Zach had a good game last week too, subbing and coming in. He played well. And like you said, could be the heir apparent.
Certainly so. He gets a big pickup on first down. It's first down and 10 Devils. One thing I see of Lexington, Paul, we haven't seen historically, a little bit small on the front line here.
Yeah.
We've used to them having some mammoth bodies up front. They've had some good ones too over the years. Here's a play action. Here's a fake inside. It's O'Halloran left side. He has some room. Taken down by number 8, James Lane, but not before he has another first down at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, they picked up something on their tendency because the last 2 plays have gone to that side, and Burlington has picked up some big yards.
So it's first and 10 at the 29-yard line. 2 plays for the Devils. Let's see, 21 and 10, 11. My math says 33 yards on 2 plays. But we know it's only Ken Cotelli's that count. Here's the inside handoff. It's O'Halloran once again. Stop made by number 58 for the Minutemen, and that is Dennis Bromley.
And the offense has been different since Halloran has been back. He was out for a couple of games. He was hurt.
All right, Paul, I messed this up already. You know, this is flipping, and the table's all over the place. I lost a pen. Maybe that's the problem. Is there a pen jam in there?
Oh, there was. There's one on the floor behind you.
All right. All right, if you have a film, you want to take this. Halloran once again gets down to 20. He'll set up a third down and 1 for the Devils. All right, I'm in trouble here. My table's falling apart. Paul's laughing at me.
Second down, 1. Check that. Third down, 1.
Oh, there is a pen there. That's the problem. The pen fell underneath. I know the young guys over there in Lexington do a great job on their telecast, but certainly don't have some of the adventures we have there. Here's a quarterback sneak by Bonfilio. He's going to be marked about a yard short, so the Devils will sit there and most likely send in their house formation on 4th down and a short one.
Yeah.
Looks to be about less than half of the distance for a first down. So here they are in the house formation. Turn and hand off to Guria. Oh, he got tripped up there by number 3, Henry Potdevin. Potdevin stopped, saved a touchdown as Guria certainly had some room to run it towards the goal line.
And he had the game of his career last week, scoring 3 touchdowns.
He always does.
He just rose to the occasion.
He seems to have done that many times, especially this past year. A very, very good career, a very, very good runner. Here's the jet sweep to Guria once again. Has some room outside, being chased. Has the goal line. Touchdown, Devil. No.
No, he said
They're going to rule him out of bounds. I was looking over at the bright green jacket over there of one of our Burlington's finest who put his hands up. And guess what? The officer says so, do it. Oh, it was a flag on the play. Oh, the groans from the crowd says it's against Burlington.
Penalty against the Red Devils.
Thought I saw a holding call as he was trying to turn the corner.
Good job, Hawkeye.
I didn't even switch glasses yet.
Some of the familiar faces here at Burlington High School today, some of the non-familiar faces. People who are back for the day, and of course Cheapskate Hill is filling up. I talked before the game about some of the people who will sit there and just come down and stand out in the fence on the far side of the field up on top with the Metro Credit Union, the Modestos and the Duffy's houses, or the former houses of those people in the background. So it's a 15-yard lock march off. That must have been some sort of a chop block or something, or a clip or what have you not. So it's 1st and 25 from the 29. They need to get to about the 4-yard line or 5-yard line for a first down. Here's Bonfilio, first pass of the game, going up top for Balian. Goes the corner of the end zone. The guy is all over him, and he catches
got
for a
it.
touchdown.
Oh. What a catch by Balian. Beautiful. Beautifully thrown pass that time. Right in stride. Balian went up, had glue on his hands. Yeah, I mean, that ball stuck there, and he got hit pretty good, and he held on to it. So Burlington draws first blood here.
29 yards on the catch by Balian from Bonfilio. And the Devils are on top 6-0 with the point of a touchdown coming up. Ball is snapped, is put down. Kick is up, it's on its way. It looks good.
It's good.
And it is. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left on the BCAT Coaches Insurance scoreboard as the teams much back upfield. And the score, Burlington 7, Lexington nothing.
It's a good way to come back, Danny. They got a major penalty. They were ready to go in for a score. They got a major penalty, 15 yards. They come back, regroup. He throws a beautiful 29-yard pass to Balian.
And the coverage was good.
The coverage was real good.
Mackay Cumberbatch was the guy who was covering there. Although there was one, tailing stat here that really stands out. George Balian at 6'1" has 6 inches on the 5'7" Cumberbatch. So that might be a matchup we watch during the course of the day, especially down by the goal line.
Yeah, and he had him beat too. He had a couple of yards on him in the end zone.
But when the ball got there, I thought Cumberbatch was right there with them. Balian wrestled it away, and it's 7-0 Devils. So James Mackey, who's had an outstanding career, never mind a season, as a kicker here as well as a safety, but his kicking has been outstanding, has the ball in the tee, and once again, he puts his foot into it. Oh, wow! He hits a fastball that James Lane grabs right at the 45-yard line. That was pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
And that was not an easy kick.
No, that was like a bullet. It was a line drive.
So good for Lane as Lexington will go back on offense, first down and 10.
I mean, good hands by Lane to catch it.
Certainly was.
So we got trips here to the right, trying to stretch out the Burlington defense.
Bunch formation, as Paul said. Lone setback is Crane. Here's a pump fake. Holding the ball again is Freelick, and he didn't fool anybody. He pump faked over here to the bunch formation. He faked the inside handoff to Quint, took it himself, and actually lost about a half a yard. As number 77, one of the Jankowski twins on the correction. That was Joseph Kim who made the stop for the Devils. Second down. We're going to call it 11. And here's the. Well, I'm going to tell you what. He's certainly active.
Well, he's like a one-man team over there. It's him on.
Freelich looked right, looked left, pump faked left, didn't have anybody. And he ended up running the ball down right back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down 11. Devils coaching staff very, very animated on the sideline trying to get him lined up. Here's the pass. It's going to be complete. If that's where they're going to, it's an awful spot. I think he caught the ball about a yard more downfield. Oh, now they're calling it incomplete.
I thought, Sean gave the initial sign over there right away that it was incomplete. They're calling it complete, though.
Yes, they are. So an incomplete pass will be fourth down. Lexington looks like they'll be in punt formation. Anthony Bianchi is the punter. Also plays free safety for the Minutemen. Back deep for the Devils is Bailey, and here's the snap. Nicely done. Puts his foot in the ball, kind of puts a little deadweight knuckleball in there. It rolls down, and it's going to be down by the Minutemen at the Burlington 27-yard line, where the Devils go back on offense, first down and 10. A lot happening. What's that, Paul?
No, go ahead.
A lot happening in football, of course, Thanksgiving morning. You have all the traditional rivals in the Middlesex League. You've got Woburn Winchester for the 971st time. I think they've been doing it since the dinosaur era. Melrose and Wakefield, Stoneham.
Well, who has the most? It's
Needham and Wellesley.
Needham and Wellesley.
And they're playing at Fenway Park. And did you have to tweak me on that? You had to tweak me, didn't you? More on that in a minute. First down and 10 for.
I think Boston Latin and English are.
They are. That's the other one. And I'm going to get to that in one of my rants, probably at the end of the quarter. I have something to say about Fenway Park and the ownership known as the Boston Red Sox. First down and 10. The ball is at the 28-yard line. Devils with a lone setback with double wing formation. We used to call this the airplane formation. Here's the handoff to O'Halloran. He fights his way out as the ball comes on the ground, but it was dead. Gets out to about the 31-yard line, gaining 3. He's second down and 7 with Oscar Yanobsky making the spot. We talked about him before the game, Paul, and some of the people here, they say he's a stud.
Yeah, they're saying that he's the guy out there that leads this team, so we'll see what happens when I'm out.
Wearing the gold shoes, too. You see them?
Yeah.
Kind of cool. Oscar, tip of the hat from the guys up above. So it's second down and 7. Gurry is now the lone setback. They spread him out 3 left and 1 to the right. Here's a little quick pass over to O'Halloran.
Needs a block.
Gets a block, and he gets out about the 35-yard line.
Bringing the ball around the outside, number 10, O'Halloran.
Looks like third and shot. No,
Be third down and 3.
Pushed down by number 40, Kazuhira. Third down 3.
Does Lexington look like they got rid of a lot of the gold and blue?
Yeah, the old gold and blue. Remember the old gold and the royal blue? They've gone to this color scheme in the last couple of years. It's almost, it's a navy, and thankfully, though, they used to have those numbers with the navy, or the gold numbers with no highlights. Yeah. And it was dog awful. You couldn't tell them from up here in the box, but these are a lot better and a lot nicer. And we have a timeout quickly taken by Burlington. They took a full timeout. Anyways, getting back to my Fenway rant. Last night, Boston College High School played Catholic Memorial. BC High 13-10 win over CM. Zavarian played St. John's Prep High School. 14-0 over Zavarian beat St. John's Prep. Today, as you said, the 9 o'clock game was Needham versus Wellesley. And the 12 o'clock game, Boston English versus Boston Latin. Now, really, John Henry, with all your millions of dollars, you've got to charge $20 a head for people to come see a high school football game.
Is that what he's charging?
$20 a head. Now, you can go to Gillette a week from Saturday and watch 6 Super Bowl games for, I think it's $13 for an adult. All right, so John Henry, you get my gobble, my bad gobbles for the week. I just think it's the exploitation of high school sport. And you know what?
Really
people
is.
from Wellesley and Needham and the kids who go maybe to St. John's Prep and Zavarian. But you got some inner city kids, especially with the Boston Latin English game, whose parents could be on single incomes, and what have you not. Rolling out as Bonfilio throws incomplete. And to sit there and charge $20 ahead to go to Fenway,
That's
you know, especially when you sat there, you sold it out at like $300 a ticket for Notre Dame versus Boston College on Saturday. You had 25,000 there at $60 a ticket for hurling on Sunday. You see that at all?
No.
That's my new favorite sport. But nonetheless, I thought it was a
In
bad
fact,
move.
I had to look it up to see what it was.
I thought it was a good move by the Red Sox to open up Fenway Park. They're going to do it again in the future, but $20 ahead, I thought was just far too much, especially that dump. And I would blow the ball. They did a great job improving it, but it's still, you sit in right field for a Red Sox game. You need a massage the next day in your neck because you're not facing home plate. But I'm done with the Red Sox for now. Here's the kick that's coming down. It's going to roll. Mackey kicked it, and it's going to come down and be stopped at about the 31-yard line where Lexington goes back on offense, first down and 10.
So since that first period, Danny, when Burlington scored, it's been pretty much back and forth. Nothing really, no team really been able to take an advantage so far.
So it's first and 10 for Lexington. They'll hit the ball at the 31-yard line, almost the 32, just shy of it, or maybe it's on it. Offensive line, it's got Zach Stevens, it's got Joe Lahef, Dennis Bromley, Jordan Pomales, and number 64 is Isaiah De Silva.
Nice, good pursuit that time by the Burlington defense.
Shane O'Halloran's been active all day, as he has all year once he's been healthy. A big, big part of that team, both on offense and defense. Drops him for a second loss of 2, second and 12. Crowd's starting to file in. They don't certainly get here at 10 o'clock for the 10 o'clock kickoff. A lot of activities going on the night before, friends being reunited. And this time it's the quarterback, Freelick, who holds the ball and gets out just beyond the 30-yard line. Gaining about 1 to be third down. We're going to call this one 11.
Matthew Dorico. And that'll bring up third down and 11.
So a big down here. Burlington will get good field position if they can hold them.
Here's Freelick rolling to the right. Looking for help. Down the field it goes, and it's caught, or appears to be caught. It is. Making the catch was number 12, Spencer Kendall.
Spencer Kendall.
It looks like it's an incomplete. One ref called them in, one ref called them out.
We also have a flag on the play. Maybe that's why he's bringing it back. One referee seems to be holding the spot here. It is a catch, Paul. Kendall's catch is complete.
It is complete.
It looks to be a penalty against Burlington. Looks probably offside. It'll be a first down at the 49-yard line as a result of the play. If you have the microphone on referee Scott Kroll, you'd hear offsides defense. 5-yard penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down. And like the NFL officials on Sunday at Gillette, on Monday, they had a little conference there. Here's the jet sweep handoff to Quaint, number 28, trying to get to the left. Breaks one tackle, and he's dropped down out of bounds here. He broke the tackle of number 1? Paul, who's that?
Number 28, Ben Quince.
Is that number 1 over there, Paul?
Looks like, yeah.
45, Matthew Dorico. And that'll bring up second down and 9 for Minutemen.
Yeah,
That's the end of the first quarter, ladies
Wow.
and gentlemen. With the score, the
secret weapon we don't know about. They snuck them in.
Well, with the clock running down to no time left, we have ended our first quarter of play here at Varsity Field in Burlington. On the Goats Insurance scoreboard, Burlington leads by a score of 7-0. Burlington scoring on a 29-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Bonfiglio to George Balian, and that's the only scoring of the first quarter. Both team a few first downs. Lexington had a couple on their opening drive. Both teams punted on their second series.
We're going to have to find out who number 1 is, Danny.
We're going to have to.
Let's
I'm
send
sure one of
Scott
the
up.
coaches up in the box can tell us, but that's a face we haven't seen. And I'm trying to go down and look, see if I can find somebody. 17 in the field? Might be Otavio. I don't know. Otavo? I don't see 17. Oh. Passes what is it going to be? Wow. It is ruled a fumble. It's a backwards pass behind the line of scrimmage. And the ball will be on the 43-yard line, first down and 10.
Number 40, Kazuhara.
So a loss of the play about 5, be 3rd down and 16.
3rd down and 15 for the Minutemen.
We can't repeat that one, Paul.
What was that?
That was a pass down the sideline for Cumberbatch, Mackay, and that falls incomplete. It's 4th down. Lexington out the punting team. We did hear a little something out of the booth next to us. And as Greg Ganley likes to say, thank God the microphone wasn't on.
An incompleted pass. He was throwing, he must have hit somebody in the center of Burlington. That thing was way overthrown.
So on 4th down, it'll be Anthony Bianchi once again in punt formation. Snap is good. Bianchi's kick goes up.
Nice
It's kind of a word we made up on Thanksgiving Day one year, a wibbler.
And it wibbles down to
One of your predecessors, the brother of head coach McGuire, Stephen McGuire, did catch me when I said the word wibbler. I wanted to say either wobble or wiggles, and it came out a wibbler. Of course, that was also the day that he declared that Sean McGowan, the baseball playing Sean McGowan, had hands the size of Miami. Of course, he ended up having an opportunity to play there, went to Boston College High School, where he became one of the all-time greatest hitters they had. So
yeah, ended up with the Sea Dogs for a year.
he did. Lived the life pretty good. And now he's at living in town with his wife, Katie, and their children, involved in baseball and hockey and what have you.
I think he's got 2.
Yep, so, of course, Katie, member of the Pandolfo family.
Yeah,
Here's O'Halloran. Boy, he runs hard.
you know you tackled him when you hit him.
Oh, I do the ole. Okay, yeah. I'll try to grab your shoulder pads and throw you down. Gain of about 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4. Yabonski on, Yudnovsky on the tackle. For Lexington, we said that a bunch of times. Here's Guria. The lead blocker out in front was O'Halloran, and he's brought down there on the left side. This time by number 8, James Lane, the safety.
Trying to turn the corner that time. Lexington had good pursuit down the line, was able to cut him off. But
Devils' offensive line is anchored by the twins at the tackles. Jankowski at one side and Brother Matt on the other side. Well, actually, they're lined up right now next to each other at guard and tackle. 3rd down and 1 for the Devils. Left side, Gurria with some room, jumps over a tackler, and he'll have himself a 1st down out at the 22-yard line.
Number 26, Janae Guerrier with the Burlington.
yeah, it's nice to be able to run behind the Jankowski boys.
Number 51, Jack Herritz, makes the stop. Correction, that was number 61, Mauro Beinbreck. So it's 1st and 10 for the Devils. Clock is rolling with about 8 minutes and 25 seconds here in the first quarter of play. Here's the jet sweep now. It goes to Gurria. Gurria is going to be upended and dropped down there by Mackay Cumberbatch, but not before he gets out over the 30-yard line, where he'll be get about an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and about 2.
Yeah, he had an opportunity to go left or right that time. Went right. He didn't pick it. If he had gone left, he would have picked up some big yardage. He had a couple of blockers in front of him.
Second down and 2. He has the handoff to O'Halloran after fake from Sear, and he gets a 1st down out to about the 35-yard line. Tackle made there by
Number 10, Shane O'Halloran.
number 10, Yudnovsky, and number 64, Isaac De Silva, in on the play for the Minutemen. 1st down and 10 Devils, 36-yard line, we'll call it.
Yard line.
Guerrier and O'Halloran, they really complement one another. Different style running. Halloran more of a power back.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Devils. This drive started at their own 11-yard line, and they're making some progress as they move up and down the field. Here's the handoff, O'Halloran once again. O'Halloran bangs it out on the right side to about the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on 1st down, 2nd down and 2.
I'll tell you what a hold that time. Jankowski
You got Jankowski. You've got Wathall. You've got number 59. That's Chris Corbett. And 77, Joseph Kim. The front five for the Devils doing a great job here today on the ground. They've only thrown one pass, and that was for a touchdown. Lexington showing blitz. Here's the handoff to Sear on the little reverse. Sear's going to have a first down just over the yard to gain, I believe. Number 44 on the stop is Jatwan Sainterling for the Lexington Minutemen.
Yeah, Sear, he knew where the first down marker was, made a couple of moves just enough to pick up the first down.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Devils. Ball's at their own 47-yard line. They're headed left to right from north to south. Here in the second quarter with a 7-0 lead. Bonfilio, that didn't look right. Something went wrong. And the headset came ripping off the head of Coach McGuire. And if it was a golf club, he may have just broke it over his knee, but he was wiser than that.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
You look like, buddy, you look like Ryan on that one. With the headset coming off, flying.
No, come on. There were no curse words. Speaking of curse words, did you see the Boston College coaching staff last Saturday night?
No.
Every time they put a camera on the coach,
It was swearing.
oh, it wasn't pretty. Whether it was the offensive coordinator or head coach Adazio, it was like, I'm like, turn the camera off of these guys. Holy cow.
There it is.
Here's a little slant to Balian. Nicely defended by Mackay Cumberbatch. And Balian will get to about we'll call it the 45. It'll be 3rd down and 2 right there, right in front of us.
Yeah, it's right in front of us, and that was a good pass. And I thought as soon as he made that slant cut, he was able to pick up the first down, but a nice defensive move
Well done.
prevented it.
Cumberbatch in the stop. He's a senior. 5'7", 165 versus the Balian kid who's 6'1", 175. So there's some size differences the Devils might be able to take advantage of here as we go on during the course of the afternoon. Here's the handoff to O'Halloran. On 3rd and 2, he's pretty close to sure money as he gets down to the 39-yard line. Another Burlington first down.
He made a smart play that time. That time he cut back, and it was wide open. And able to pick up the first down kind of very, very easily.
It's 1st and 10 Devils here. Right in front of us here at the 38-yard line. Nice shot of Dylan Bonfiglio getting this play from the coaching staff. Checks the wristband out with the play and calls it out to his teammates. Double wing, double receiver formation motion. Now Gurrier coming to our right. Here's O'Halloran once again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
And James Lane might be broke as he got hit, or he put the hit on O'Halloran.
I think he took the worst of it. He got knocked on his butt.
We always say when your free safety's making tackles, it's not something's wrong.
You're in trouble.
Or something's right if you're Burlington. They're doing a great job on the offensive line. 2nd down. Did Galen just say 11? 2nd down and 1. Here's Sear now on the jet sweep. Has it going to the left. Flag comes out. Number 58 from the Minutemen.
Sean,
Dennis Bromley approves of the call.
Sean ain't too happy about it.
The umpire threw it. The umpire threw it, Paul, so, that's what he's watching. He's watching the interior lineman there. His keys are tackle to tackle. Dennis Bromley, who was the guy who appeared to have gotten held, he got up right away and turned to the referee and saw the flag. And
against the Red Devils.
Gave the referees kind of a high sign like he got that call right. So a nice crowd here from Lexington. You can see it across the way. The stands are almost filled.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful day, too.
It is a great day.
This is perfect.
We have a nice crowd up on the hill and Cheapskate Hill up on the top there. We have a nice Burlington crowd. We have the band crew here. And all in all, a great day for high school football around the Commonwealth and around the country before we sit down and celebrate with our families and watch some more football.
That's right. Triple header today.
Triple header. This is a dream day.
It's like you tied went to heaven.
High school in the morning, then it's Detroit, Dallas, and I don't know, was it Green Bay and Chicago the late one tonight?
I think so,
Oh, it's
yeah.
awesome. Bonfilio pump and go in a little bit of trouble. He actually drops the ball and they call it incomplete. Although
he said his hand was going forward.
number 72, Adam Jankowski, fell on the ball just in case. And now it'll be 3rd down 11. It was a pump and go to Bailey, and the pressure broke down as Lexington provided some nice pressure on the interior. And it will be for 3rd down and 11 for the Devils. They send Bailey into the left. D. Martinez is a wide receiver here to the right. Orchanian is a slot left with 2 backs on either side of Bonfilio. Takes a direct snap back to pass. In a little bit of trouble. Throwing over the middle. Bailey, it has it. He'll have a 1st down. Cumberbatch on a good cover, but not enough as it's a 1st down for the Devils.
Beautiful catch that time by Bailey, and knew right where the 1st down marker was, made the cut in, and again, sure hands on Bailey.
At the 24-yard line, it's 1st down and 10.
Gotta give credit to Bonifilio on that one too. He had 3 guys that was in his face, and he kind of sidearmed it a little bit, but he had enough zip on it to get it in there.
Little improvision, got the ball in the right place. 1st and 10 Devils. Here's Gurria. The change of pace back, headed to the right. Slips the tackle. Has a blocker out in front, and he's brought down just inside the 10-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal for the Devils.
I'll tell you, number 58 there for Lexington.
Number 26, Sinead Gurrier on the carry.
It wasn't for his pursuit, I think Gurrier would have scored. He came from the other side of the field and chased him down.
Bromley, a senior captain, chasing downfield to make that stop. So it's 1st and goal. The ball's on the 9-yard line. Devils trying to extend upon a 7-0 lead with 2:40. Clock spinning here in the 1st half.
I believe they have 4 timeouts.
Come on, it's high school football. You have 41. Although when they go to the playoffs at Gillette, they only have 3. Here's a handoff to Gurrier, left side with room. Touchdown!
Oh, what a hole.
Sinead Gurrier off the left side of the Burlington line. And the Devils have extended their lead to 13-0 with the PAT coming up.
Again, you can right in front of us, Danny. You could see that hole opening up, and he basically just walked in. Nice job by that offensive line from Burlington.
So now it's Mackey on the point of a touchdown. Bailey will hold the ball for him. Snap is down. Kick is up. Looks good. And it is.
Looks good.
Over the big fence and into the band. Mackey's kick extends the lead as the teams come back upfield. The Coaches Insurance scoreboard reads Burlington 14 and Lexington nothing.
So far, with the exception of a couple of plays, Burlington's pretty much dominated this game so far.
That's a nice long drive.
You know, it was mostly running. I mean, the big catch by Bailey and helped them out after the penalty, but they've been pretty much in control of this game so far.
Certainly have.
They got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to see if they can do something here before the half. Because right now the momentum is all Burlington.
So it's 14-0, 2:20, and Lexington has their full complement of 5 timeouts. The long football season, which started the 2nd week or 3rd week of August, comes crashing to a halt for all but 12 teams today, as 12 teams will travel to Gillette Stadium on December 5th, Saturday, for the high school football championship games.
It's nice to see the Middlesex League represented.
Yeah,
too.
Melrose and Reading.
Reading and Stoneham
Both
was
good
in there
teams.
for
They
a
didn't
while.
play this year, right? They
Was
didn't
it?
play each other this year. I'd like
No.
to see that
No,
game
they
there. I don't think Melrose has enough playmakers to keep up with Reading, but you know what? They have enough playmakers to certainly make it interesting. Here's Cumberbatch receiving the kickoff at the 15. He's got some speed. 20-25 out to the 40.
Nice run back.
And he's at the 43 or 44 yard line where he's taken down by number 28, James Hoffman.
He worked the stiff on pretty good going down the sideline that time. Picked up some, had a good return.
Now you know why they haven't been kicking the ball to him.
Yeah.
That's a great kick. So it's 1st and 10 for Lexington at their own 41. As I said, they have 5 timeouts left. In motion now on the jet sweep. It comes number 4. Here's a reverse. And he's going to throw it down the field to, Freelick. You can always count on Lexington for some razzle-dazzle. Number 40 was Kazu Ebahara. He received the ball on the jet sweep. He pitched it back.
Bianchi with the
Bianchi threw the ball down the field to the quarterback, Freelick. And they have a first down at the 32-yard line and a 2-minute warning.
And he hung in there because he got hit.
So Lexington now out of the gun. Freelick keeps it himself. He's run the ball, he's thrown the ball, he's caught the ball. What else does he do? He drive the bus too?
I'll tell you, for a sophomore, he's getting a lot of playing time.
He could be the bus driver. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Right to the line, Lexington.
15, Kyle Forrester.
Kyle Forrester once again the stop. Kyle Forrester has had an excellent season for Burlington. Here's Freelick now, throwing it down the field. He has a man open. Oh! And it's incomplete.
Number 1.
Number 1!
Who is he?
The Phantoms. Let's listen to Galen.
He was beaten on the play, but he came back and got that hand in there to knock it away.
Greg, who's won? I couldn't hear it. I think it's Otavo. I think it's Julian Otavo. 5'8". Look, it might be him.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
I knew we could figure him out, Paul. Julian Otavo got beat there on that one there, though. Here's Freelick down the middle. Didn't miss it this time. And Lane has a touchdown for Lexington.
James Lane for a Lexington touchdown.
Nice play that
The
time.
2-minute drive took 1 minute and 2 seconds. Couple of big plays. And from 32 yards out, Lane makes this thing a ball game.
Yeah, nice thrown pass, nice setup that time. Had time to throw it.
Burlington came on a blitz, Paul, and it was picked up nicely by the Lexington front 5. And now number 79 is a kicker's number, huh? Will Thomas is on to attempt the point after touchdown. The kick is up,
No good.
and it's no good.
And the point after is no good.
You could see that when he placed the ball down. The ball was a bad snap from center. But Lexington right back in this game, Danny. That was again, used very little time going down. We started with 2:20, 1:18 left now in the quarter. Sean's still talking to the referee.
Not getting him too far.
So what do you do? 1:18 left. You got at least 4 timeouts.
You also have the
In the
second
clock.
half kickoff, so I think you got to be careful. I think you come out in no huddle. True no huddle, not Burlington no huddle.
Yeah.
You know, don't go to the line, look at your wrist guards, call 3 or 4 plays. You know where your matchups are. If I'm Lexington, I've got to find a way to sit there and get somebody in front of Balian. Cumberbatch is doing a great job, but he's giving up 6 inches, so that certainly is a challenge.
They just trying to draw him offside. Burlington expecting an onside kick here.
It's a little pooch,
a little pooch.
pooch kick. Oh, that's pretty. I saw them working on it before the game. Garia has it, and he's brought down at the 26-yard line by number 3,
And the Lexington
Henry
kick is recovered by number
Devin.
26, Sinead
I tell you,
Garrier.
Lexington seems to be a little bit of a different team now since they've scored. A little more aggressive out there.
Hey, listen, you know, as long as we win, we want a good game, right?
Yeah.
That'll bring up first down and 10.
Sorry, Lexington, we're homers too.
19-yard line.
So it's first down and 10. Had a chance to visit with young Dennehy Adley, as I said before the game. He gave us some of these insights, and we appreciate his honesty and some of the insights we had about people who were playing, who weren't playing. And Adley, the third of 3 Adley brothers, and had the opportunity to visit with both the brothers before their games here, you know, during their years here. And they're both great football players. So we wish Dennehy the best and the best of their family. One of the families we see all the time, especially the last 6 or 7 years at
Number
Thanksgiving
26,
football.
Sinead Garrier moving the ball. Pulled down by number 2, Cumberbatch.
Gary at that time was trying to turn the corner. Lexington, though, in pursuit right down the line, picked up a couple of yards, and that was it.
You've got 4 timeouts. You're letting the clock run. Not quite sure I understand this one. As Sean watching it Monday, he'll say, here's what I was trying to do. Up on the center now is Bonfilio. Pump fake draw. You can see it there with Gurria. With some room. Slowed down and brought to the middle of the field. And a timeout is called. He gets to the 43-yard line. So what he was trying to do was see if he could get himself a chunk of change. And now use the timeouts to sit there and see if they can get down somewhere close where Mackey can either catch a field goal or perhaps the Devils will put the ball in the end zone.
Got a good call that time. Delayed.
Had a call before the ball was in his belly, didn't I?
Yeah.
Set up, set up, set up. So now they're in their receiver package. Tight end is number 37 for the Devils. That's Matthew Ryan. He's on the right side. He's a big target at 6'2". Being matched up against some of these shorter defensive backs from Lexington, that might be an advantage for him that the Devils might be able to exploit.
And they got 34 seconds to do it.
We got Ochanian and D. Martinez here, Bailey into the left. Lexington in a 2-deep zone. Here's the pass, it's incomplete. You know what they were setting up there, Paul?
Yeah, it's too bad. He had some room over there.
I think Gurria had some room. Paul, you're watching the referees throw these balls. The wind is a factor. The wind is blowing here at Varsity Field almost from a right to left, north. And when the referees throw the ball in, you can see it's like a big banana hook getting from one referee to the other. 2nd down and 10 for the Devils at the 44, trying to extend upon this 14-6 lead. Here's a direct snap. Bonfilio back to pass. 4-man rush over the middle. Bailey's got it, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. The Devils call another timeout. They'll have 2 left.
So you got a nice executed pass that time. Bailey in with his sure hands over there, pulled it in. Like you said, they're probably going to need another 20 yards.
Well, let's see. Mackey is probably good from about 35.
Somebody called timeout.
Yeah, Burlington did. Burlington called a full timeout. So if from the 35-yard line, Mackey's going to need the ball to be at the, 25, at the 17 or 18. So they're 23 or 24 yards away from being able to attempt a Mackey field goal. Now, he is going into the wind. That might limit some of his range.
Yeah.
Have to wait and see how that plays out. That plays out here as we wind down towards the end.
Referee was pointing at one of the coaches. I don't know if something was said.
Probably telling the amount of timeouts he had left. Who knows?
No, it wasn't that. I can tell
Oh, was it? Oh.
I can tell you that.
Was it the white hat or the black hat?
It was the black hat, but still.
Okay. Something's going on. So it's 1st down and 10 with the 23 seconds left. We have a view obstructed. Here's Bonfilio. Away from trouble. And he's brought down, we're going to call it inbounds.
Timeout Burlington.
Carrying the ball.
Burlington takes a timeout.
Number 44.
A little pressure that time from Lexington. Kind of moved Bonfilio out of the pocket.
So the ball's at the 36-yard line. And there are, I believe it's 16 seconds left. And there's 16 seconds left on the big scoreboard. Devils are down to 1 timeout, which they may need to set up the field goal. We have a wind blowing. Let's see if I have that on my trusty little app, Paul. Let's see, wind. A 7-mile-per-hour wind out of the west-northwest.
So not really.
I'm sorry, the west-southwest. Oh.
So it's not really a factor.
We have Elizabeth here who's whacking me with the camera stand, the tripod. I didn't say anything that bad. She's saying, wow, this is more fun than the truck. Bonfilio back to pass, throwing over the middle to D. Martinez. Devils are going to call a timeout.
It's a timeout here.
That's their last timeout with 11 seconds left. The ball's at the 18-yard line. They're going to keep the offense on the field. And Bailey going to stay here as a wide receiver, so they're not quite ready to kick a field goal yet. And I think this is do or die. With no timeouts left in 11 seconds.
You got to throw it in the end zone.
The end zone or the sideline, because you're not going to get the ball down in time to be able to kick that field goal.
Sideline will win with maybe three seconds,
41-yard field goal at this spot in the field.
Like you said, he's got the wind in his face. So.
He does. Back to pass. Bonfilio throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. No, he's out of bounds. So with 5 seconds left, here comes the. What do we got here? Here comes the.
Number one is out there again.
Otavio. Otavo's number one. But here comes the field goal team. Mackey's going to try a career-long 42-yard field goal out of the hole. Correction, make it 41-yard field goal out of the hole of Bailey. Unless there's a razzle-dazzle, this will be a hell of an attempt. He's worked all season. Take a look at this. Snap is down. The kick is up. It's on its way. It's no good. But it's picked up by Lexington, number 9, Freelick. And
That's
here
right.
comes Freelick. Looking for some room, seeing a lot of red, and he's brought down on the final play of the half by number 37.
Receiving the ball is number 9,
Matthew Ryan, and we've come to the end of the first half of play at Varsity Field in Burlington. On the strength of touchdown by Sinead Gurria, a touchdown by George Bailey, and the Devils lead by a score of 14-6. The lone touchdown by Lexington scored by James Lane, and a pass from Freelick. You know, it started out not good for Lexington, Paul, if you're going to look at that side of the picture. But they hung in there. And after going down 14, they put that nice drive together, a 2-minute drill, and able to sit there and pull themselves back. And we got a ball game heading into half number 2.
Well, that's the big thing. They got down 14-0. They didn't cave in. They pulled it together. They scored. They missed the point after, but it put them back in the game. So, and Burlington gets the ball to start the second half. It should be an interesting second half here because Lexington is coming on. You can see they're getting their confidence is getting stronger out here. Burlington's going to be aware of that.
Burlington ran out of time on that last drive there. We have the band, and we come back with second half action as BCAT's coverage of Thanksgiving Day Football 2000 continues here on BCAT.
Eiler and Will Wynn. The drumline captains, Clayton Davison and pit captain, Shiv Gandhi. Dance squad captains are Christina Duran, Ashley Pellegrino, and Alexis Collins. Color guard captains are Courtney Brown and Emma Saltzman. Performing their program, Les Cirque. Let's hear it for the Burlington High School Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Burlington High School Red Devil Marching Band.
And welcome everybody back to Varsity Field here. I'm Nick Bongiorno.
I'm Phil Arcaro.
And we are BCAT Sports here, currently broadcasting the game on this chilly Thanksgiving morning here, where it's a time to be grateful, and grateful that we get to see and we've been grateful all season to see the Burlington Red Devils play. Well, haven't we, Phil?
Oh yeah, we have 3 things to find football or Thanksgiving in this town. That's food, family, and football. And the football aspect, it's going well so far. Burlington up 14-6 over the Minutemen right now, as Burlington doing really well in the first quarter, but late in the second quarter they haven't really been doing too well. I believe they forced like about fumble or 2 actually, and they gave up a touchdown. So.
And what do you think Burlington could do better so they can avoid those certain mistakes and keep this lead going into the second half?
Well, in the second half, I think Burlington needs to pile on the defense here. Their defense has been doing pretty well, and late in the second quarter wasn't too great of a chance, but I think Burlington will hold out and eventually get this win here. First time in 3 years. Let's hope it happens.
Absolutely. Thanksgiving Day should bring a lot of luck, and hopefully this team with their seniors can get the win tonight. This morning, thank you for watching this halftime show. Once again, I'm Nick Bongiorno.
I'm Phil Arcaro. Let's send it back over to Dan and Paul.
Yes, absolutely.
A tough act to follow. Nick and Phil down the field, and Dan and Paul up above. And I just want to know if Nick's a natural haircut. Because if so, we missed the memo. Because we could certainly use some of it. Nonetheless, as they talked about there, I think defensively Burlington's got to make sure that Lexington doesn't get in the end zone. I think that they kind of got fooled on that last one. They ran the trick play, and they were able to sit there, and Lexington was to take advantage of it to score a touchdown. I think Burlington has shown defensively at least that they're strong enough to sit there and keep Lexington at bay, and hopefully the offense can chip in with a couple more touchdowns.
Yeah, the thing is, too, is Burlington needs to keep that running game going.
Yeah.
It's very, very successful in the first half, and they ran very well. O'Halloran, Guerrier. So as long as they keep that going, they can keep Lexington off balance. They should be all right here for the second half.
Only one pass thrown by Burlington up until that last drive when they went into the 2-minute drill and threw 4 or 5 to set up the field goal attempt by Mackey, which come a little bit short. So you're right. The emphasis on the running game. Shane O'Halloran has certainly had himself a pretty good first half. You're expecting Guerrier, and O'Halloran's going between the tackles.
Like you said, Balian has been playing very well out there.
Yeah.
And that's a mismatch out there. And I think if they go to that a little bit more, they can be successful.
Not an ability mismatch, more of a size mismatch. So nonetheless, the ball's in the tee. Lexington, number 79, will kick it off. That's Will Thomas. And back deep for the Devils will be to Guerrier, number 26, and number 21, Jonathan Orchanian. Lexington does that run up to the line stuff. I think I remember that from a couple of years ago. All of a sudden,
Burlington will receive on the north side.
as I walked in today, Nostradamus must have hit because somebody says, "What are the lights on for?" All of a sudden, we have clouds overhead, and the lights are needed. So Nostradamus was here in the form of Burlington AD Sean Hart. The lights are on, and here's that little pooch punt again. It's taken there by number 36, Cody Davison.
Receiving the Lexington
He's
kick
brought
was
down by
number
number 11,
36.
David Vendetti.
Cody
If it
Davis.
works, it's great, but it hasn't worked twice now. And it's put Burlington in great field position
And
to
that'll put
start.
the ball on the Red Devil 40-yard line. First down and 10.
So it's 1st and 10 Devils. Great field position at the 40-yard line. Opening drive in the second half. Burlington leading Lexington by a 14-6 score. Thanksgiving Day football 2015. We wish the class of 2016 seniors from both sides and best of luck as they move forward in their future endeavors. But their future endeavors right now only have one thing on their mind: a second half of football here in Burlington.
Mackey that time forgot that he was supposed to be out with this group here. I got an earful from Sean.
Here's a deep handoff to Guerrier. He's slowed down nicely by number 10. That's just plain out known as Oscar.
26, Janae Guerrier moving the ball.
Yanovsky on the stop. He's been
Wrapped
a
up by
stud
number 5,
defensively for
Fleming.
the Minutemen.
You can't miss him with the gold shoes out there.
I love
And
the
number
shoes.
10,
Oscar,
Yanovsky.
dude,
Second
you're
down,
making
9.
it happen with the shoes, brother. That's awesome. So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Devils. As Guerrier got just beyond the line of scrimmage. Here's a snap to Guerrier. Left side getting nothing.
Yeah,
Right there at
Lexington.
the bottom of the pile is number 6 for the correction, number 5, Timothy Fleming.
Sinead Guerrier on the carry.
He's a strong safety. He came up nicely. He's actually up in a linebacker type position.
Yeah, Lexington coming
Tackle
on
by
now.
number
There's
6.
two big defensive
Check that,
plays.
number
so
9, Frelick. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Red Devils.
Oh, I thought Burlington had 2 guys on the side of the field as Mackay Cumberbatch came running over to cover D. Martinez. It looked like Burlington was taking Sear off the field, so it looked like they had an extra body there. So 3rd down and 7. First 3rd down opportunity in the second half for the Devils. Lexington showing blitz. Here they come. Bonfilio rolling out, steps up and has some room. And he's going to have a first down into Lexington territory at the 47-yard line. Tackle made by Jeffrey Gray.
Again, a nice weave and bob that time by Bonifilio and picks up the first down.
Tackle by number 47.
First down and 10.
Bernard. First down, Red Devils.
For the Minutemen at the 47-yard line of Lexington. In motion now, Sear fakes to Sear. Here's the ball to wow, O'Halloran. Now O'Halloran's a big kid.
Number 10,
You know, at 6 feet, 195, a good athlete. I think the first time I've seen him get knocked backwards today, as Oscar put the lick on him. Oscar not so a small guy either. At 6'3", 208. So I guess physics are on Oscar's side.
Sure was. He stopped him dead in his tracks and then knocked him back a couple.
No gain in the play to be 2nd down and 7. Correction, gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Those are the hits that loosen the fillings.
Motion now, Sear. They give it to him this time on the little sweep. Stops and cuts back and has himself a first down.
Nice play.
Number 20.
Followed his blockers that time.
Down to about the 33-yard line.
Number 44.
Number 44, Jatwan Sainterling.
He waited for the blocker to make contact, picked the, scooted off to the right and
And
picked up a
put the
first
ball on
down.
the Lexington 32-yard line.
So we kind of switched it up. We didn't see a lot of him in the first half.
Right. So it's 1st and 10, Devils at the 33, opening drive of the second half. Here's the handoff to O'Halloran. He's met at the 30-yard line by a host of Lexington defenders. Henry Padevin,
Number 10, O'Halloran.
Dennis Bromley, 2 of the players in on the stop for the Minutemen.
Yeah, Halloran made his cut, but he cut right into the line where the Lexington was waiting for him.
So it's 2nd down. We're going to call it 8. Here's Sear coming in motion. Has the ball, has some room. Left side trying to get more and gets a first down inside the 20. Anthony Bianchi and James Lane on the stop, but not the first. Sear, the sophomore, has himself a first down at the 17.
And he runs, he's got some speed and he runs hard.
And I'll put the ball on the Lexington.
Very similar
17-yard
style
line,
to
first and 10.
Chenet.
Amazing, Paul, the evolution of cell phones. People are sitting there filming, and we're going to use the boss of filming and taking pictures or pitches, and, you know, it just never ends. Direct snap to Bonfilio is fumbled, and it's dropped back to the 23-yard line.
By Bonfilio.
Yeah, go back, what, 5, 6, 7 years, and
And they'll make it
cell
2nd
phone,
down
what are you talking about?
and 15.
Camera, you had to wind, and you had to bring the film over to be developed in a darkroom setting. Don't open the darkroom and developing the pictures get white. And, oh my goodness.
Now you got a chip.
Now you got a chip.
Plug it in.
Plug it in, pull it out, put it in the computer, hit go, and all of a sudden you got a disc full of pictures. Here's the handoff to Gurrier on the right side with a block. Has some room towards the corner. He's driven out of bounds by number 28, Ben Quint. But he has himself a first down and goal at the 5-yard line.
And that's where speed came in that time. He was able to get around the corner and just turn the jets on and was able to pick up the first down.
6-yard line, where it's 1st and goal to go.
1st and goal I have no idea what Ganley's talking about. The ball's at the 5. It's right in the line. And Lexington will take their first time out of the second half. So, what else have I missed? How about this one, Paul? I don't know if you read this one in the news. Burlington High School, I believe 2014 graduate Whitney Sharp was just named Miss Massachusetts.
I didn't know that.
I knew that. See, the things I come up with.
I'll tell you, you're just a ball of knowledge.
She, of course, now, one of the reasons why I know it, she attends Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida, where Pat Brothers attends as well. So I kind of caught that one on one of the blog sightings coming up the last couple weeks, and she'll move on to compete in the Miss USA pageant at some point in the future. Of course, one of the classic Seinfelds was on last night, was when Kramer became the
the mascot,
the advisor and the chaperone for Miss Rhode Island.
Yeah, that's the one with the birds dying.
The birds died because Jerry sat there and threw some water over the top. And
he caught pneumonia and died.
And he convinced her she could sing.
Yeah.
And she couldn't sing.
Yes.
I mean, there aren't too many characters who are as funny as Kramer. House formation from the 5. Gurria left side behind a well of blockers, but not behind. Ooh, yeah, there he is. Yanovsky again. And 54, Jordan Pomales.
26, Janae
Gurria. Burlington trying to come in there, but that time the front line pushed back.
And that'll bring up second down and goal.
So Pomales sat there and made the stop as well. It's second down and goal. It was no gain from the 5-yard line. Again, house formation. Gurry to the left, gets a block, has some room to the corner, dives, touchdown!
Excellent play.
Burlington, number 26, Janae
So Gurry with a nice run that time knew exactly where the pylon was, drove to the pylon, dived, and got in.
Certainly did.
It's no good.
Something was wrong there. That's not a Mackey kick that we know.
Kind of looked like a wounded duck and went straight up and shot of the goal.
And the Burlington point after attempt is no good. That makes the score.
So on the heels of a 5-yard touchdown run by Sinead Gurria, with 5:25 left on the big BCAT and Goaches Insurance scoreboard, the score is Burlington 20 and Lexington 6. For those folks who are watching at home, this game is usually played on Monday nights and replayed during the week, and I believe you can stream it on the World Wide Web at www.bcattv.org. So the Devils did, Paul, is that what we said they had to do? Win the kickoff and go down in the third quarter and score right off the bat to take a nice lead and extend it to a 2-score game at 20-6.
Yeah, because Lexington come out aggressive. You can tell by the first couple of plays there, they stopped Burlington for little or no gain. But Burlington hung in there and was able to drive the length of the field and scored and kind of took a little steam out of Lexington.
So Mackey has his foot in the ball, kicks it down, it comes to, number 1, Fleming. Has some room to the right, gets away from trouble, gets away from Mackey, and he's brought down at the 39-yard line by the Red Devils' Cody Davison. Second time we've called him on special teams.
He's a block away from going all the way on that kickoff. Kind of muffed the pass, and he was only one man. Mackey there made the stop to where he's still running. But that wasn't a typical Mackey kick. I don't know if he's hurting Danny.
No, I think they're kicking the ball away from Cumberbatch. If you saw, he was lined up straight on, which means if he kicks the ball with his natural soccer style, he's going to kick it right where he wanted to do it. Here's a quick pass out to the right. And the pass from Freelick to Cumberbatch is incomplete, second down and 10.
Pass intended for number 2, Cumberbatch. Incomplete, and that'll bring up second down.
So again, Sean playing some different kids here in the second half.
Here's a direct snap. Freelick rolls to the left, being chased down, fires. And it comes down, and it's caught by Cumberbatch behind Otavo, and is going to go for a Lexington touchdown.
Touchdown, Lexington.
So we were just talking about that, and all of a sudden,
a 59-yard touchdown pass. Cumberbatch receives the ball from Freelick, and Lexington right back in this thing. They've closed it to 20-12.
it's funny, we were just talking about him before that play, and I'll tell you, a beautiful pass that time, right in his arms, didn't break stride.
25 seconds, Paul, after Burlington has scored. Lexington right back in this thing. So now they're going to sit there, and what are they going to do? They're going to go for the 2-point conversion to try to make it a 6-point game. Here's Freelick rolling to the right. Up, flag is down. I might kick it now, Paul.
Motion.
Against Lexington.
Too bad he had some numbers there in front of him. It was pretty well set up. I didn't know where the Burlington guys were going to come from, but Freelick had the ball rolling to the right. Cumberbatch looked like he was open towards the corner of the end zone. Pretty good looking play to start, but it was called back by the false start.
Still look like they're confused on what they want to do out here.
Here's Freelick on the right side, passes it to number 8. And that is James Lane, but it falls short. So the 2-point conversion is no good with 5:01 left on the Coaches Insurance scoreboard. The teams march back up field, and Lexington has closed the gap on a 59-yard touchdown pass from Freelick to Cumberbatch. And the score stands Burlington 20 and Lexington 12.
Again, Lexington gets right back in this game. What would you say, 25 seconds, Danny?
25 seconds. There was a difference in time. Took 2 plays to go 61 yards. I'm sorry, it's a 61-yard touchdown pass.
A big difference in height that time between the defender and the receiver.
So Lexington will sit there and kick off. They've been doing these little pooch punts over to the right-hand side, so Burlington's special teams have got to be ready. The officials calling them out.
I can see it doing it maybe once or maybe twice, but I mean...
Well, you don't want to sit there and let those guys in the back beat you. That drives me crazy. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I was just going to say the same thing.
The old run-up and fake kick. I know. One time they're going to do it. There it is again. There's Mackey now goes back and gets the pooch at the 30-yard line. I guess, Paul, if you sit there and you look at the law of averages, if you kick the ball to the 30 with that little pooch, they're not going to run the ball back too far because you're going to be all over them.
Yeah, I mean, he kicks it well. I mean, he kicks it high enough so allow his defenders to get in position.
And he kicks it slow enough. So between the height and the velocity, that combined with the speed of the players, you know what? It's somewhat effective, but Burlington has great field position at the 40-yard line, first down and 10. I think I see Coach McGuire's daughter and son down the field with him today. I think the daughter's in the pink and the boy's in the black pants with the red stripe. I know it's John's youngest son who's had a great year in football and was happy to have coached him over in Wilmington. We don't want to talk about that, but we do bring it up. Gurrier on first down. A little slow to get up as he stopped at the 36-yard line. Oscar Yanowski again on the stop. We've called his names. It seems that Lexington always has that one solid defensive player throughout the years, and it's just done a great job.
We got another player out there with gold shoes. Second player.
Oh, nice. 78. And that's
Big boy.
Potcher. Tenzin Potcher. Here's Sear on the sweep to the left. Not getting away from Yablonski, who takes him down just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll be third down and a long 4 for the Devils.
So Lexington tightening up on defense.
Be interested to see if Burlington doesn't get a first down, what's going to happen here, because certainly we'll sit there and put them in one of those quote-unquote challenging modes. timeout taken on the field by Burlington.
Burlington.
And I sit there and harp on it, and it's kind of early to take a timeout. This is a one-score game right now. You want to be able to save those timeouts. Now, if you're confident you can get out and score and get the ball down the field and what have you, not that maybe it's not a bad idea. But
looks like there was confusion out there, Danny. They didn't know what play was called.
Call a number. It's not that. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Call the number that you want to call and run the play. All right, you've been pretty successful both with the run and in small times the pass. Shouldn't be. I don't think it's a huge issue to be able to get this done. So it's 3rd down and 4. I formation now right behind Bonfiglio. The up back is O'Halloran. Play action fake. Bonfiglio being chased to the sideline. It's incomplete. The pass was tipped by Ubanski and it was knocked away and by number 28 Ben Quinton. On 4th down, the Devils sent out their punting unit. So
Lexington did exactly what they wanted to do. Come out here 3 and out. And they should get decent field position here.
Like Kimo Sabi just said, let's see what happens on 3rd down. Back deep for Lexington is number 9, Sal Freelick. He does everything. Quarterback, cornerback. He's a returner. He throws it, he catches it, he runs it. What more can he do? He doesn't kick it. Here's a snap to Mackey. Mackey holds it down. There's a nice punt out. It looks pretty. Big bounce up. Freelick takes it. Oh, what's that all about?
What's that?
He may have called for a fair catch.
And the Lexington.
And how about this one? To go back to the Patriots game, he gave himself up. So the referee blew the whistle.
From their own 22.
So it's 1st down Lexington. They have the ball and a little confidence here. They've scored on their last 2 series of play. Ball's at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, the defense has put them back in this game.
All right, take the neck warmer off and it gets cold, Paul. Let me try it over the top. How's that look? Doesn't look too good, does it? When Paul's laughing, it must be bad. Here's Freelick right side to Cumberbatch. Has a little room, gets away from one. Balian, though, wraps him up as he gets over the 35 to about the 38-yard line. And he'll have a 1st down for Lexington.
Cumberbatch that time. Get around the corner. Made the cut. Defender missed him, and he picked up 1st down.
On the 39-yard line.
And he's a name that we didn't call too much in that 1st half.
Who, Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's certainly getting... I don't know if the plan was to get him involved. Here's Freelick down. He looked out for the screen, but mystery man number 1, Julian Otavo, sat there and snuffed it out. So it'll be no gain as Freelick held on the ball rather than throw a potential interception. It's 2nd down and 10. Here's a direct snap on the fake sweep. Rolling out Freelick, looking. Going to keep it himself, a little bit of a fake, and he ends up getting himself 4 yards, basically out of nothing. He's brought down there by number 28, James Hoffman.
Number 9, Crowley going to carry.
To be honest, he should have lost a couple of yards on that play.
Yeah.
Missed tackle.
Actually,
Actually, it was a nice play by Freilick. He sold the pass.
And he made him miss him on the...
Which the plays had, they had to react to the pass.
But you definitely see a swing of momentum here right now. It's going the other way.
3rd down. We're going to call it 6. They need to get just beyond the 49-yard line for a 1st down. The ball rests at the 43. Here's the snap. Freelick back to pass. Looking. Going to take off himself. He slips as he's coming out of the backfield, although Shane O'Halloran may have had different plans. And on 4th down, it's decision time for Coach George Peterson. We sat there and talked to the young Mr. Adley before the game. Talked about, number 40 is Kazu. Well, if we think back to the old Flintstone days, Kazoo, I told him to go home and throw it on YouTube. Well, we got one here, too. We have Coach George Peterson here. Of course, made famous from the Ferris Bueller's Day Off movie. This is George Peterson, and I want my daughter Sloan out front now, Mr. Rooney. because quite frankly, I don't like you. It's not really what he said, but I don't want Mike to get in trouble down the truck by having me say something here. We have a gentleman in uniform down here in front of us, Paul. As we do, we certainly honor our armed forces and our veterans and current military personnel. Young man looks to be hanging out with the band. Maybe he's a former band member. Looks great in his uniform, though, Coach. I got to tell you, there's nothing better and more impressive than what our military does for us here in this country, and gives Paul and I the freedom to sit here and say a few things that we get to say here on Thanksgiving Day football and football throughout the season. So, hat off to you, young man, and to all the people who serve our troops, especially on a day like today in Thanksgiving.
So,
4th down and 6. Lexington is in a formation with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, single setback just to the right of the quarterback freely. I personally think it's too early to do this, Paul.
Big play here for Burlington.
Here's a pass incomplete. Or Cheney came over the top of Kazu Ebahara. Ebahara had enough for a first down, so it's a great play. And Burlington will take over at the Lexington 44-yard line. 1:40 in the third quarter, Paul. I think it was too early for that there, but as they say, that's why I'm up here.
Freelick, they put a lot of pressure on Freelick that time. Came around the corner, kind of hurried his pass, incomplete, and Burlington takes over and down. So,
Great play by Ochanian, though. He got his hand in there and knocked it away, and Burlington has a chance to steal this one, or at least extend it to a 2-touchdown score. I formation. Here's Gurria. They'll pound the speed back, who has some room, and a blocker.
Needs a block.
Tries to step inside a 1, but number 3, Henry Padevin, grabs his ankle and doesn't let him go at the 21-yard line, where it'll be a first down for the Devils.
He came through, was hiding behind the big boys in the line. Saw his opportunity, broke out, and picked up first down.
And that'll put the ball on the 22-yard line.
I forgot, Paul. Down at the concession stand, they have that breakfast pizza.
Never had it.
You never had it? Oh,
Good?
oh, it's delicious. It's like made with like eggs and bacon and sausage.
The real stuff.
The real stuff. Here's Gurrier again in the secondary, and he rolls inside the 5-yard line. Mackay Cumberbatch on the stop, but not before the Red Devil running back. The senior captain gets himself a first down.
Again, just impressive the way he runs. Not a big back, not a power back, but he shifts. And he's got some speed.
First and goal from the 4 for the Devils, trying to make it a 3-score game. Correction, a 2-score game. Here's the handoff. O'Halloran dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Devils.
Burlington coming right back, Danny. They had to do what they had to do. They scored. They ran the length of the field. And again, we talk about that pooch punch, but that kind of put them in a tough position.
Here's the snap. The ball is down. That kick looks a little bit better, and it's good. 32 seconds left in the third quarter on the Goaches Insurance scoreboard. The teams march back upfield on the strength of a 4-yard touchdown run by Shane O'Halloran, added by a James Mackey kick. And the Red Devils lead Lexington by a score of 27-12.
Again, as we were saying, Burlington did what they had to do. They came back, held Lexington, was able to keep that running game going. Very impressive, and went in for the score. So now the onus goes back on Lexington to see what they can do.
I'm in the band right now, Paul.
They're grooving.
I like this upbeat music they were playing. Being musically challenged, I didn't follow the Cirque halftime show, but I certainly can get into the Go Big Red. They're firing up in the stands there, and they've got friends and family over there, and they're headed to Disney, I believe, on April vacation to march right down Main Street, USA. So good luck to them. The cheerleaders finished second in the state. Look at that. It must be a day of thanks, because I'm thanking all the people who were part of our telecast, who I never talk about during the regular season. But second place for the girls in the cheerleading competition statewide. Here's Mackey's kick now, end over end. It comes to Josiah Fleming. Look at this kid run. Oh, he's got some wheels on him too. Into Burlington territory to the 42-yard line. And, you know, now we know why Mackey wasn't kicking the ball to them earlier.
Stay away from him. I mean, what a great return.
Fleming a little bit slow to get up as he kind of limps towards the sideline. But
like you said, he had some speed, and he got around that corner and just flew down the side.
That'll put the ball on the Burlington 44-yard line. 24 unofficial seconds remaining in the third quarter.
So it's first down and 10 at the 44-yard line of Burlington. Lexington Burlington territory. Trying to cut this to a one touchdown score. They can do it with any combination of two successful plays, one being a touchdown. Here's the fake to Cumberbatch. Here's Freelick. Wow, he runs well into the secondary, and he bounces inside the 30-yard line where Otavio makes the stop, but not before. Freelick has a first down at the 28-yard line.
He made a deke on one of the Burlington defenders there, just left him grabbing air.
And that'll put the ball on the 28-yard line.
So we've got an injury here. Number 9 is down.
No, it's a shoe. That's Freelick putting the shoes back on. They're going to let the clock run down. We're at the end of the quarter.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
So we've reached the end of the third quarter of play. A very busy third quarter as the Devils scored twice on a 5-yard touchdown run by Gurrier at 5:26. Lexington answers with a 61-yard pass from Freelick to Cumberbatch at the 5:01 mark, and with 32 seconds left in the third quarter, Shane O'Halloran goes in from 4 yards out and extends the Burlington lead to 27-12. And you know, as Paul, you said at halftime, Lexington had some momentum as we were coming back in. They had some momentum. They had some fight. They seemed to have some confidence. They played like that. Burlington able to answer the call, though, having that early touchdown. And right when Lexington scored, went back and scored another one after holding Lexington on fourth down.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be interesting to see now. I mean, Burlington's, they need to keep the momentum going. Right now, Lexington has that momentum. They're playing well. So, I mean, we'll see what Burlington has.
We will see. First down and 10 for Burlington. For Lexington at the third 28-yard line, headed from the north to the south side of the field. They'll be heading into the wind here in the fourth quarter. Well, the wind has died down, I believe. Let's check the... Yeah, still 7-mile-per-hour wind.
Yeah, looking at the flags, there's really no action at all.
Although it says 9 miles per hour now. Here's Cumberbatch. He's driven out of bounds by Kyle Forrester. Forrester's had a great season. He's kind of been one of those guys who's kind of flown under the radar, so to speak, but his contributions to the linebacker spots have been immense.
Yeah, he's filled in well for the Red Devils at different positions, too.
Second down, 5.
Second down, and we're going to call it 5. Maybe Ganley should retire if he's calling that 5 yards. My goodness, it's probably 6, even closer to 7. Maybe 7. He was never too good in math. And, of course, by listening to him, his English wasn't great either. Here's back to pass Freelick. Looking over the middle post. Patton lays out and catches the ball. It's Anthony Bianchi, and it's a first and goal from the 3.
I'll tell you, you can see that play developing. Bianchi just stretched out and
nice road.
Beautiful pass right there. Never broke stride.
That'll put the ball on the Burlington 3-yard line.
Lexington now back to the line of scrimmage. You got, what's his name in the game, Paul? Oscar's now on offense. Kind of like a Waterboy episode.
He's a big kid.
He is a big kid. Here's the inside handoff. Quaint. So, you know, he's a big kid too, Paul? Matt Janikowski, number 74, was in the backfield.
He just rode him right into the ground, face first on that play.
That pushes the ball back to the 8-yard line. We're at second and goal.
Second down and goal.
Make it the 7. Second and goal from the 7. Out of the gun. Fake inside handoff. Throw over the middle. And that's
complete.
Janowski down at about the 2-yard line. Will be third down and goal from the 2. Here's where I think the teams hamstring themselves, Paul, with this triple option stuff. I mean, even Burlington does a lot of this stuff here. Gets up under center when they're close and tries to drive it down.
No good. They stopped him.
They stopped him at the 1-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
Number 9, Fralick with the ball. Stopped by number 59.
Lexington has tried this a couple of times and been stopped. There goes the referee.
Oh, referee goes down. I did read an article.
Too many cocktails.
I was going to bring something else up. It's a little discriminatory, a little bit of age issue. And I'll explain that and just what I mean by a second.
Big play here.
So Lexington lines it up. Frelick out of the gun. Right side pitch to Quaint. And he dives for the goal line. And he's in for a touchdown.
I'll tell you, he got in. He just barely got in.
Correction, it is Quint. Ben Quint with a touchdown run. And the score is now down to a 9-point lead. So Quinn opens the 4th quarter at the 8:56 mark with a 1-yard touchdown run. And we're a point after touchdown from being a 1-possession game. Number 79 is Will Thomas on for the extra point. The hold of Kazu. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good. So Thomas's point of the touchdown with 8:56 left makes it a 1-score game. And as the teams come back upfield on the big scoreboard. 8:56 left on the Ghost Insurance scoreboard, the score. Burlington 27 and Lexington 19. And Paul, if you're one of the 50,000 who came out today to watch this game, you're certainly getting yourself an entertaining football game.
Yeah, it's been it's been an entertaining game, back and forth for both sides. Lexington catching fire now, though, and playing well, both offensively and defensively. So we'll see what Burlington can do here.
So the all-important kickoff coming up now as things happen on special teams. One thing I was going to say about referees, Paul, is that I was reading an article the other day. There is a shortage of young officials.
Well, like a lot of, they show some stuff that, some of the parent abuse that some of these young kids.
And they can bring that up into it. I just think young people's lives are a little bit different these days. There's so much to do for them.
There's so much to do.
Those who aren't school teachers and,
But I mean, you go through all this craziness,
Yeah, but that's, what, you learn to deal with that stuff there. I think the biggest problem you have here is that you sit there and like you say, the young people aren't doing it like they used to. I mean, I see it in ice hockey. I see some of the stuff we have to go through to become an official.
Become certified, yeah.
I mean, USA Hockey right now, 29 videos you have to watch and pass the quiz on.
Yeah, and you're having a hard time as it is trying to get volunteers to coach.
Yeah, you're dealing with all that. It's all the dad coaches now.
Yeah.
So here's Thomas's little pooch. And Otavo catches the fair catch. Coach looking for a flag, but he actually...
There's a little bit of acting.
Well, I'll tell you what Otavo did was Otavo swerved to avoid him. Otavo did his best to avoid him. So
it's kind of an acting job. You could see it.
Yeah. Well, he sat there. I think he saw he was going to get hit. So what did he do? He did the smart thing. He said, "I'm getting out of here." So it's 1st and 10. Devils at the 37-yard line. There's an 8-point lead for the Devils at 27-19. 8:59 left. Lexington with 3 timeouts. Burlington with 4 as we enter the 4th quarter early. 1st and 10 from the 37. Here's the handoff left side to Gurria. Gary is pounded up there. Freilich first in the stop. And he's helped out there by number 64. And that's Isaiah De Silva.
He's getting up slow. He got pops coming around that corner.
He did. A gain in the play of about 5, 2nd down and 5.
2nd down, 5.
Devils now with that double wing formation, which puts Zachary Sear in the game. Wide right, Bailey, and wide left, Ochanian. The lone setback will be Shane O'Halloran. Devils trying to get to 8 wins in the season. And can do so if they finish off the Minutemen in the final 8 minutes and 12 seconds here. Bonfilio letting the clock run out because it's a sweep to Gurria. Now Gurria, another quickness on that one, actually lost a yard. James Lane on the stop for the Minutemen.
I think he's still hurting from the play before that.
Yeah.
He got whacked.
So it's 3rd down. He actually lost 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Devils change the personnel here. With the no huddle, they don't have any problems with substitution. 1 on, 1 off. Gurry remains the lone setback on 3rd down and 7. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Gets away from 1. Can't get away from...
He's down by... Brown can't cause a fumble.
Number 4, Bonfilio with the ball.
As he couldn't get away from number 10, Oscar Yanowski. He was chased out of the pocket. And on 4th down, Burlington's got to give the ball back to Lexington, who's a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion away from tying this game up.
Yeah, exactly. It's too bad Bonifilio, he needed 1 block out there, and he could have picked up the 1st down. Didn't get it. Lexington again coming up.
When the ball snapped, will be under 7 minutes to play here in this Thanksgiving Day football game 2005. That's 15. Here's the snap to Mackey. Mackey gets rid of it.
Nice kick.
Away from trouble. Big high bounce. Freely thought about it, but it's going to roll. Oh, look at that roll. Inside the 1 yard line.
Not too bad.
He got the perfect roll. May have been helped by the wind a little bit, and it rolled down inside the 1. Uh-oh, wait a second. Something's wrong here.
I almost thought that he let it roll too far.
Well, there was a discussion, but it looks to be okay. So the ball will be right at the 1 yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Lexington Minutemen. If they're going to tie this game up, they're going to have to go 99 yards and make a 2-point conversion. That would certainly be fodder for some talk around town in the years to come. Yeah, I'm going to worry about a safety here, Paul, if I'm Lexington, because they've had some problems on the 1st and 2nd down. Backed up into his goal, the snap by Freelich. Looking, running, throws it down the field of play. And wow. He was outside the tackle box.
Yeah. Freelich's pass incomplete.
Almost picked off the McGuire girl.
Of course, your brother gives you the football like he is. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to catch it. So it's 2nd down and 10. Freelich on the snap, back to pass, likes to roll to his right, throwing it down the field.
It's got him.
And it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Spencer Kendall. Jonathan Ochanian knocked it down. Kendall with 6'4" with a little bit of a height advantage on Kendall. Was able with good effort to rip it out of his hands to fall incomplete.
Almost went over his back on that play. I mean, he had the height advantage, went over, and was able to knock it away.
Put it where the receiver can catch it. That's the job, and it was right there. Of course, he's throwing into the wind as well. 3rd down and 10. Rolling to the right.
That'll stop him here.
Oh, he bounced it in front of Kendall, incomplete. So on fourth down, Lexington's got. I mean, they got to send the punting team out of this one. Yes. They can't give Burlington the ball at the 1 yard line. You got to punt it, coach.
You got to kick it.
Don't get foolish. Here they come. The punting team comes on fourth down to punt the ball away. An opportunity
for Judge Bailey.
Well, I was thinking exactly. I was just thinking about this play earlier, Paul. I wouldn't rush the punter. Let's take the ball in the plus side of the field with a chance to score 6 rather than give them a free kick. Let's see, you get it right. I don't know if there's any running into the kicker there. I mean, that's why. Only bad things can happen when you run into the kicker. And there you go, 29-yard line, 6 minutes and 9 seconds left, 6 minutes and 4 seconds left in this one. You've got time, you've got a plus side of the field, you have a chance to march down right here and put the game-clinching touchdown up on the board if you're the Red Devils.
Again, great field position, 29-yard line.
You can't do better than that.
The only thing would have been better is they just missed blocking that. He just got that.
Yeah, but
away.
you know what? Too many bad things can happen if you try to block it.
Trip, roll
if
into
you
the
miss
kicker.
it, you roll into the kicker. They get a first down. I think they played it just right. They rushed 2 guys from the right side. Everybody else was kind of in the formation. Here's O'Halloran now. They're going to bang it down there with the big guy.
Number 10,
down to the 23. A gain of about 6, second down and 4. Timothy Fleming on the stop.
And anytime you get more than 4 or 5 yards on that first down, it opens up your playbook on what you can do.
Bonus time. Second down. Let's call it 4. Ball just inside the 24. They need to get just outside the 19. Bonfilio awaiting the referee's signal down to the 10-second mark on the clock. They're going to let the clock run down. Sends him in motion. Hands off to O'Halloran. Wow, a handful of shirt. You see him drag him?
He dragged him about 2 or 3 yards on that play.
71 was the guy.
Hanging
Zach
off
Stevens. He grabbed the hold of O'Halloran's shirt, and on the nicely coiffed turf field, he just dragged him along. It'll be 3rd down and 1. This is the old tap to center on the behind. Let's go. I'd be surprised if it's not a quarterback safe by Bonfilio. Although you do have 2 plays to get a yard, you may want to go with the big horse, O'Halloran, in this one here.
I don't know if this is 2 down territory, though, Danny, depending on how much time we're going to have left.
Here's a snap. Sear with some room. The room closed quickly, but he was able to keep the feet moving and get a first down for the Devils at the 17-yard line.
What was impressive with that is they stopped him, but he kept his legs going.
Exactly.
And he's not a big kid. And he got a little center of gravity, kept his legs going, picked up a big first down.
Sear at 5'7", 165. He was spot on again, Mr. Analysis.
And the ball on the 17-yard line.
First down from the 17. They can get a first down at the 7. They also can score a touchdown. That's what they're probably going to do right now. What they want to do right now, as we're going to be under 4 minutes when the ball is snapped. Long count. Play action. Nope, he gave it to O'Halloran. O'Halloran right side. Yanowski filled the hole.
Number 10, O'Halloran carrying the ball.
Dennis Bromley trying to get the ball loose from O'Halloran's crew.
Miles Freely.
He picked up a couple of yards on that, but more importantly, the clock continues to run.
Lexington has 3 timeouts left. And right now it's a 1-possession game. Gain of 2 for O'Halloran. It's 2nd down and 8. Here's Sear again, headed to the left. But he's got some room. Going for the goal line. Touchdown! Oh, wait a second. No. Oh. They're going to call him out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It will be a first down.
Yeah, tried to stretch it out and hit that pylon, but came up a little short.
That'll put the ball on the Lexington 2-yard line. First down goal.
So it's 1st and goal from the 2. I'd go right back to him, Paul. Give the kid a chance to score a touchdown.
Exactly. He's been running good for him.
Zachary? No, it's Zachary.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Come
Oh,
on.
play action. Hey, oh, actually, not a play action. It's a fake to Sear and
Touchdown.
a touchdown to O'Halloran. Well, I guess if the sophomore is not going to score, you might as well give it to one of your seniors. O'Halloran with his second touchdown of the day. The Devils are extending their lead to 33-19.
Mackey for the point after here.
And Mackey is on to attempt the point at the touchdown out of the hold of Balian. Ball is down, the kick is up, and that one just didn't go well. The kick is no good.
So
that makes the score Burlington 33, Lexington 19.
And with 3:03 left on the Coach's Insurance scoreboard, the Devils on top by a score of 33-19.
basically they did exactly like we were saying, Danny. We
Yeah.
were talking about. They got control of the ball, went the length. Though they got it at the 29, which is a little bit of a gift.
Well,
but still, you got to take it, you know.
Yep. Hey,
and scored.
It's really, really nice, the sun on our backs right now, isn't it? The
Well,
sun is out now. I mean, it's been one of those mornings. The sun's been up, the sun's been down. The sun's oh, and here's the wind again. That's more than 7 miles per hour. That's a gust to 9.
You're getting gust, yeah. All right.
Well, let's see.
Been an entertaining game so far.
Bonfiglio is out to kick off for the Devils. Okay, it's possible for a kicker to get benched. They just bench Mackey.
I don't know if Mackey was hurt or what. I mean,
he's just been off a little bit today.
Yeah, he was definitely off. But something must have happened because you don't.
I know it's the last game of the year, and it is what it is. It's an onside kick, and Lexington has the ball at the 48-yard line. Now, I don't know. I didn't watch. Read the game log by Brother Brian last year, but it may have been something of. The other thing he might be doing too is try to get some kids in the game. If you get the ball back, you get some kids on offense. I'm sure that he'd like to get.
Yeah, but he's got Bonifilio. He's got Bonifilio kicking.
Oh, he's the onside kicking guy. I'm sure he wants to get Tim Kelly in the game, possibly the backup quarterback. That could have something to do with it. Here's a snap to Freeling. It's a throwback, and it's fumbled.
Wait for the call. Burlington's ball.
Well, they threw it to senior Isaiah De Silva. It deflected off his hands, and it was covered by Burlington. And as I said, Paul, who's going in? Tim Kelly. He doesn't have a wristband. Bonfiglio leaves the game. Tim Kelly, the senior, is going to come in for the final series. Here comes number 51, Cameron DiChiara. I know Dad Rob is down the field, was looking for that moment too. As Brad Walthall comes out of the game, one of the other seniors. So I guess that's the reason why they were trying to get the ball into the game, either by the onside kick or not. He wanted to get Tim Kelly in and DiChiara in, some of the guys who have worked hard all season and have earned their right to play on Thanksgiving. Here's Kelly. I guess O'Halloran didn't read the number right in the plate sheet. He turned around and Kelly was like, "Hey, Shane, what are you doing?" Took the ball and took himself a loss, and we have a timeout in the field.
And now we're going second down and 15.
Coach McGuire with a 14-point lead, taking a timeout.
I think he was just trying to get the offense here straightened away. Who was doing what?
Yep.
Because Kelly turned. It was kind of funny. He turned, and there was nobody there. He was waiting for somebody to grab the ball, take the ball. But these are the kids you gotta give them a chance. It's Thanksgiving. They've worked hard for you all year.
Tell you where the Devils are really going to get hurt this year is their offensive line is all seniors. Jankowski, Walthall, I think Corbett's a senior. Kim's a senior. That's where they're going to have to do the work right now in the offseason to replace those guys there. Here's a handoff to O'Halloran. Of course, he's a senior. They have to replace him as well. He gets to the 40-yard line where he'll have himself a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 10 with a timeout called by Lexington.
Yeah, and it makes a difference, that front line. You know, Burlington's not known for having a big front line, some big guys. You got the Jankowski boys there at 6'2", 245, 250. That's a luxury that Burlington hasn't had in past years. So like you said, it's going to be tough. They're going to have to do some serious recruiting and beefing up on these kids because...
I'm sure there's guys who have been working with the JV program who will be asked to put the time and commitment in the offseason, getting bigger, faster, stronger. If they can do that, they're going to have some weapons back. They're going to have DeMartinez back. They're going to have Sear back, who's looked good today. They have Bonfilio coming back. You know, so there's certainly not going to be a lack of weapons to sit there and develop the team with. So here's the inside handoff to O'Halloran. A timeout called quickly by Lexington. O'Halloran gets to the 38-yard line, setting up a third down, and we're going to call it 9. So I'm sure that, you know what, the opportunity of one door closing opens the door for somebody else. And
absolutely.
the one thing Coach McGuire and his crew has done here throughout the years has been to sit here and certainly replace some of his players with guys who have been as equally productive, if not,
well, you look at
more productive.
I mean, you see this kid, Sayre.
Yeah.
He's going to be a kid. He'll definitely probably step into that starting position next year. And he's earned his time. As they walk the trophy out.
The trophy has made its appearance, Paul?
It's down right in the corner.
There it is.
Our new AED.
Yeah, Sean Hart has it. So at the 2 minutes and 36 seconds mark, Lexington's out of timeouts if the scoreboard is correct. I believe it is. The Devils are going to punt on 4th down as James Mackey is going to sit there and let it go. See, he kicks it end over end. Okay, so it gets that roll there.
Yeah.
And it rolls out of the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and Lexington will go on offense, first down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game.
Marcos Tio.
I'm just looking to see some new numbers out there.
Pretty much same cast of characters. So it's first down and 10. Here's Freelich back to pass. Rolls to his right. Throwing over the middle, caught by Cumberbatch. And he gets out to about the 23-yard line where we'll have... what?
So a lot of running around that time.
For a 3-yard gain.
For a 3-yard gain, exactly.
2-minute warning.
Referee's trying to get the band to... This happened last game, too.
Well, they didn't anticipate no huddle. Second down and 7. Well, it's a league rule. The band doesn't play during play. Snap to Freelich, Rose left. Looking, throwing down the field.
I think he got the referee.
It was the zigzag play, and somebody zigged and nobody zagged. Or vice versa. We've reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left here in Burlington on third down and 7. Crowd getting loud. Wow, this is impressive. Where's this been all season?
Yeah.
Freeling throwing it down the field. It's incomplete. I believe it was intended for Lane. The closest guy to the ball was Matthew DeRico. And on 4th down,
Gotta go for it.
Fraley's pass incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down for the Minutemen.
I would say it's safe to say they're in 4-down territory.
I would say so.
4th down and 7. Freelich in trouble, throwing, gets drilled as he gets thrown. I mean, he got lambasted by DeRico, or the Forrester. I'm sorry, yeah, it is DeRico. Freelich is pulling himself up slowly off the turf. And on 4th down, the incomplete pass turns it over on downs to Burlington, 1st down and 10.
Couple knees and this game is over.
So Burlington will sit there and improve to 8-3 in the season. A very successful season. One that they probably would have liked to have done more. But nonetheless, as they sit back and look at the accomplishments of the 2015 football season, they'll realize that it was a pretty good season.
Yeah, they played some tough teams this year and they played well.
Certainly did.
You know, the Melrose is going to the Super Bowl. They played Melrose tough.
Yeah, they did. Turnovers killed them, and the turnovers seemed to be the one that really was their Achilles heel in the games they lost. Same thing with Concord Carlisle. An early season loss to Bill Ricker, who had a terrific season.
Yeah.
So to sit there and look back and say that, you know what, you lost to 3 a sectional champion and 2 sectional finals, I think you have to consider the season an overwhelming success. Number 11 in a quarterback for the Devils, that's Josh Goldstein. Another one of those scenes. He handed off to
Carrying the ball is number 40.
Lucas Townsend, which brings a big cheer of the crowd. The Lucas fan club is in full bloom. Devils now will go into victory formation. Everything's in tight. Goldstein's going to be up under center. Goldstein takes the snap and takes a knee. He'll have to do it, I believe, one more time.
One more time. Just under a minute now.
The cheers start to come from the Burlington crowd, Burlington side of the field, as Burlington celebrates an 8-win season. Coach McGuire down there, a bit on the jubilant side. Congratulating his coaching staff, the players sitting there and congratulating each other on an accomplishment. And you know what? It's been a pleasure to have our people from Lexington on board, Paul. Every other season we get to go over and hopefully add something to their Thanksgiving Day event in their living rooms. Lexington had won this game, I believe, the last 3 times. Devils putting an end to a 3-game losing streak on Thanksgiving. And certainly the Lexington Minutemen, who come in here with a 2-8 record, certainly have nothing to hang their heads on. They battled hard today. They sat there and they gave the Devils all they could handle. And in the end, the team who was a little bit better this year, like Lexington was a little bit better last year, ended up becoming the victor. Final score from Varsity Field in Burlington, the Devils 33 and Lexington 19.
Another successful year, buddy.
It certainly was.
It was a good year.
You know, as we sit there and we go through this whole thing, I think we're going to have some interviews down the field with Phil Vaccaro. A successful season. I want to give a tip of the hat to our BCAT crew, our BCAT staff. They were terrific, you know, bringing all these great pictures and all the things that we see. Oh, they found us again. And as you wrap up every season, you know, there's several things you got to acknowledge. You got to acknowledge our crew. You got to acknowledge both teams. You know, on the end of a successful season, especially the seniors, we give our personal best to the seniors. You ever been in that position, Paul, where your son walked off of this field, I believe it was the very last time, right? They were home.
Yeah, they were home.
And to sit there and to kind of look back and reflect, you know, these seniors have accomplished a lot, and they did all the accolades and our best wishes.
And fast season, too. Went by like it was nothing.
Oh, God, I know.
Especially when you've got a winning team, an 8-3 record final, and that's a major accomplishment for Burlington. So.
Yeah, so, I mean, final score from here is 33-19. I think the pictures say it all. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation of Thanksgiving Day Football 2015. We thank our Lexington viewers. We thank our Burlington viewers. And, all things being well and being healthy, Paul and I plan on being back here on September 12th, 2016, as the Devils will open their 2016 football season against the Billerica Indians, one of the games that we love to do here in this rival.
Just don't be late.
Time this year.
You were good.
I was real early. The time I was here, I was early. So, on behalf of our entire BCAT crew, on behalf of our fans and all the people out there from BCAT, we'd like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Remind you the final score: Burlington 33, Lexington 19. Thanksgiving Day Football 2015. Happy holiday season to all.